welcome back, or if you're new, happy to have you. I realize I may have been covering the speaker. Hand adjustment. Hand adjustment. Hi. Today I am going to be talking about Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss, since they're from the same universe. Holy crap. Okay. I said I was going to be making 2 videos, and the other one was basically, as I titled it, American TV shows, because most of the stuff I've watched, left, it was a fun watch, but now as I'm looking at it, I'm realizing it didn't, influence me as much as some of the other stuff. So, scrapping all that and just talking about Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss and that particular universe. So that I didn't realize this, but this is technically my last video on fandom topics, and then I plan on talking about just casual stories that's happened in my life. Woo! Alright, basically I was part of the group in 2019 that found the pilot and fell in love, became obsessed, with whatever the term you want to call it. I watched it multiple times, and I had it, in my radar, in hopes that there would be a an actual show for it, but I wasn't, banking on it actually getting somewhere until it actually did. And that news came out that, well, I was watching on the business side of the entertainment stuff, so I knew it got picked up by Amazon Prime and was in the works, and I was excited for it. But again, I know how much work it makes because I've tried on animation. So, and I did it just with the physical stuff, physical folding stuff, but I was actually hoping to try to make something like a mini series out of it, and currently not been able to successfully do, but plan on doing so in the future. But I knew how much work it took, so I basically was like, alright, I'm excited, but take your time. And then I watched all the Helluva Boss episodes as they were coming out, and was just excited, and got to hear a lot of familiar voices, which was holy crap. I don't know. Knowing that this was, I feel like everyone's talked about it that's knows about the series, but knowing that a small indie production with basically someone small could make it big. And she landed in that lucky hotspot of she had so many jack of trades within the story, within the concept of that one episode, to hook a ton of people and get them excited for the show, including me. I was also excited for it. But it was so beloved that it was able to somehow get into the hands of Hollywood, and now there's some huge money and backing behind it. But she still, because it was so beloved, she was able to have more legal rights with the material that she had, and was able to basically go, full on go hardcore with her story. And she kind of unintentionally, or definitely not intentionally on her part, but she was just passionate about something, worked hard on it, had people follow with her, and was able to create an audience even before the pilot came out. But then the pilot came out, and just internet went crazy. Is the best way to put it. And so she was able to own the rights, and I'm not sure exactly how legalities works, but she was able to get a lot of what she wanted. out of this deal, and they accepted it because they know that she was with so many eyes and so much attention and so much love for the show, that basically huge dollar signs, because usually Hollywood is like risking of like, hey, maybe this show will work out, maybe not. And then there's some that are flops, some that work, some that don't work, but then there's like drama or background stuff going on, and so it flops. But they couldn't pull that with her thing, because if they like tried to buy it and then like basically discard it, not only would they be wasting money, but then they'd have angry fans at them. So I absolutely was excited for it, especially since of just the concept of like helping criticize the culture of Christian religious groups, which my family is technically a part of that. So it's just so nice to see, and I feel like a lot of people in America anyway have this issue, so it was so amazing to see. And then the weirdest thing was my mom, that she is hyper religious. She isn't like, she knows how psychology works, so she is not like forcing it down our throats type of deal, but she is not in the sense of like total dictatorship within the house, but she still is like very gung ho on it and wants us to follow in her footsteps type of deal. I'm not going to get much into that, but she actually found out about the show because she used to be a teacher and people talked about it, and then it came back into the circles again, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I've heard about this. I want to see it because everyone was so excited about it." Oh my gosh, I'm gonna backpedal a little bit. My family doesn't have streaming channels unless we like piggyback off of other people and help them out a bit. We have, I think actually we do have Disney Plus, and that's because of how the system works there. Like you can't physically share it, so they were they did buy that one, and they figured they were getting their money's worth because my brother watches a ton of Star Wars, and I want to watch some Star Wars as well, but I it's kind of hard to watch with him because he can just sit down and watch for hours. I'm not that type of I'm with almost all my material, I'm not that type of person. But uh I was just shocked because I have to like get permission to try to figure out on how to watch shows. And most stuff I'm like, "Oh, I could do this," or "Oh, I can't watch this." And with Hazbin Hotel, I was shocked that my mom actually wanted to watch it because it meant I could watch it. But now I'm watching it with my mom, and it's a show about hell and criticizing multiple individuals within Christianity. Like that, I, you know. So, uh so we got to watch it, and I absolutely loved it. There's this one episode that was very purposely raunchy and horny because it was basically circling around the porn star and Angel Dust. And I love his character. I I don't know, watching that type of material, like it irks me, but I so it was very my mom and I are both like looking at each other in awkward like, "Oh, what's happening? What's going on?" And it's like it is the whole episode until the end with the best song ever in the series. So, and I mean, I love all the other songs too. All the other songs are amazing. But that one in particular, I'm just like, I, 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 I have it on my playlist. The other ones, no, and I will listen to them when I hear them. But that one, I'm like, I need to hear this frequently. And then But my mom was like, that doesn't even make, it's not even that good compared to, no, she loves musicals. And that's probably where I got my love for theatrics as well from her. But she was, all the other stuff to her, like, outshone it all. And she's like, I don't know how they could have written, they shouldn't have written it that way, or try, like, she kept trying to make excuses of, that was bad. I under and, like, was trying to paint around the issue, and I understand why it was that raunchy and that depraved. Like, I get it, but I also understand her just guttural reaction of, "Ah, that's, I don't wanna see that." So, it was weird. It was fun watching it, but it was also very tough to watch, especially when she also was trying to pull the guilt trip card of, she's watching and she's like, "I feel like insert bad character from the Bible series that we read watching this." And I was like, okay, I recognize that it is a series and it doesn't dictate how I live my life. And so I kept pushing to continue watching it, and she's like, okay, fine, fine. And then my younger sister, my, I told teenager younger sister about uh this series, the show, and mostly because she accidentally walked in on one of the last episodes, and I think it might have actually been the last episode with the big fight scene. And we were just like, we need like 10 minutes. She was like, okay. And she's like, what is the show? I want to watch it. And Mom's like, actually, no, please, please do not watch it. And I was like, ah. And then I decided to be the bad influence and tell her about Helluva Boss that my mom doesn't even know about. But introduced Hello Boss, my sister loves it, and then found ways to just casually watch Hazbin Hotel, uh, basically pirating it. I'm like, well, okay. I didn't want to do that because it's a small, it came from an indie person, but okay. I get it. I get why. And then I realized it's technically, that's like the whole premise of the stuff. Because, I mean, it inspires me that I can also try to create my own animation. And since she was smart enough to understand the business side of stuff and have, like, create her own fan base before trying to get into Hollywood about it, I mean, she's definitely an inspiration to me of, I'm going to be smart, and with my art material that I'm excited for in the future, but I feel like I can't talk about until I can get it copyrighted, but I had to wait until I'm able to legally be able to own a business, and I currently can't. Besides the point, I I am big on journals and stickers, and I've gotten multiple stickers and journals, and I think the implication on here was I was supposed to share them with you, but nope, I'm just a sucker that loves the franchise and bought merchandise to help support this content creator that uh basically had merchandise that I would buy. And those were the two things. So, yep, if you like this, I am extremely grateful because I feel like I love rambling, but I feel like I'm rambling, and I feel like I could talk for hours and hours in excitement about something, but then I also remember how there's other people that have already talked about a subject, and I feel like I could just be repeating them over and over and over again, and I don't necessarily want to do that. I want, if I create something, I want to, like, add to it. I don't want to, like, do a whole analyzation video and then try to share something, but then someone that has more experience does it 10 times better and already had the video out before I even started my studying. So, what was I trying to rant about? Thank you. That's basically it. Thank you. If you liked, please like the video. If you want to hear more about me, I'm more gonna divert from this and talk more about just not lighthearted stories, but just in general stories of stuff that's happened to me. Could be lighthearted, could not be, depending on the day. So I will let you go. Bye. Oh, sorry. That was my hand. Bye.